Y'all ain't gonna believe what happened when the Johnson family from Miami decided to trade palm trees for pine trees. Now, the Johnsons are what you'd call professional Floridians. Their blood type is probably saltwater, and their natural habitat is anywhere within a 5-mile radius of a beach. Dad Dave runs a jet ski rental shop. Mama Brenda has a collection of sun hats that could rival a botanical garden. And the kids, Tiffany and Kevin, thought seasons were just different levels of humidity. So, when Brenda found a last-minute deal on a rustic mountain getaway in Cherokee, North Carolina, she booked it faster than a sandpiper chasing a wave. She had visions of crisp autumn air and colorful leaves, a welcome change from the perpetual green and blazing sun. Dave, however, was skeptical. He considered any temperature below 75 degrees to be a hostile environment. But happy wife, happy life, right? So, with the enthusiasm of a man heading to a tax audit, Dave agreed. Little did they know they weren't just leaving Florida, they were leaving their entire comfort zone in the rearview mirror. Their preparation was a masterclass in cluelessness. Mama Brenda packed flip-flops for a mountain hike, convinced they were all-terrain footwear. She also packed 3 different bikinis, arguing, "Dave, you never know. What if the cabin has a hot tub or a heated mountain stream?" Daddy Dave, ever the optimist, packed his favorite Hawaiian shirt, figuring mountain casual was just regular casual with more trees. And his secret weapon against the elements? A family-sized bottle of SPF 70 sunscreen. He was ready for that high-altitude sun, even if it was hiding behind a thick blanket of 40-degree clouds. The kids weren't any better. Tiffany and Kevin, having never seen a mountain that wasn't a waterslide, packed their snorkels and beach towels. Their logic was flawless. There are mountains, and there are streams, so obviously there must be mountain snorkeling. You can't argue with that kind of confidence. They were packed, they were ready, and they were profoundly hilariously unprepared for what lay ahead. The drive up was pure comedy gold. As their minivan climbed higher, the car's thermometer began to plummet. The mood inside dropped right along with it. "Is the air conditioning broken?" Kevin asked, shivering in his shorts. "No, son," Dave replied, his teeth chattering. That's just nature." They stopped every 20 miles to buy more jackets, transforming from a vibrant Florida flock into a mismatched bundle of fleece and desperation. Their first real stop was a roadside shop called the Bear's Den, where they stared in wonder at the sheer volume of flannel shirts and wooden bear carvings. It was a cultural shock of epic proportions. The winding roads were another challenge. Brenda gripped the passenger door handle, convinced they were about to plunge into a ravine. "Dave, are you sure this is a road? It feels more like a goat path." Tiffany, meanwhile, was having a full-blown crisis in the backseat. "There's no signal. My TikTok won't load. How do people live like this?" Then they spotted their first deer. It was a beautiful, graceful creature, standing majestically in a sun-dappled meadow. The Johnsons, however, saw something else entirely. "Whoa, look," Kevin shouted, pressing his face against the glass. "It's a horse, a tiny little horse." Dave, eager to seem like a knowledgeable mountain man, squinted and nodded sagely. "That's right, son. That's a Smoky Mountain pony. Very rare. See its skinny legs? That's for climbing." Brenda was enchanted. "Oh, it's so cute. Dave, pull over. I want to see if it'll eat a granola bar out of my hand." The narrator can only imagine the deer's confusion, listening to a family debate whether it was a miniature Clydesdale or just a very shy colt. This was their first official wildlife encounter, and they were already batting 1,000 on the getting it wrong scale. And when they finally reached their Cherokee Airbnb exhausted but triumphant, they were greeted by the ultimate surprise. The cabin was perfect, a rustic log masterpiece nestled in the fiery colors of autumn. They breathed a collective sigh of relief. They had made it. But as they pulled into the driveway, their relief turned to stunned silence. Because sitting on their front porch, right next to the welcome mat, was a very large, very real, and very furry welcoming committee. A black bear was sitting on their front porch like he was waiting for check-in, occasionally scratching his back on the railing. He looked up as their minivan rolled to a stop, gave a lazy yawn, and seemed to say, "You must be the Johnsons. You're late."
Okay, nobody move. I saw a documentary about this. We just need to stay calm and make ourselves look big. Brenda, start puffing out your chest.
Dave, I am not puffing out my chest. You're wearing a t-shirt with a flamingo on it. I don't think the bear is going to be intimidated by our resort wear.
Can we keep him? Can we name him Bartholomew?
Honey, I think our Airbnb host forgot to mention the welcoming committee.
That Florida family learned real quick that mountain hospitality includes some unexpected 400-pound guests. They were stuck, caught between a bear and a hard place, with nothing but flip-flops and sunscreen to defend themselves. If you think this is wild, you have no idea what's coming next. Hit that like button if you've ever had a vacation go hilariously wrong, and share this with a friend who would definitely try to reason with a bear. What's your craziest vacation story? Drop it in the comments below. And for the love of all that is flannel, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because you do not want to miss what happens when the Johnsons try to start a fire. Trust me, it's going to be lit.